Ascot is Perth race number 8 for our Singapore viewers. It's a Perth Racing TV maiden over the 1,500 metres. Pretty even bunch here and a decent field.
Yeah, 5 runners first time having a look around Ascot, Adam. We'll have a look at the replay of Ramazan last start.
West River Ranger is back on the inside last of all. Ramazan's looking for a run in the straight. 250 metres to go. Stratasha has raced up on the outside of Classy Minch. Hodgepodge is trying to work clear. Ramazan got the inside run. Ramazan is after Stratasha. Down the outside, Iron Maggie, Hodgepodge. Stratasha just in front of Ramazan. Iron Maggie, Stratasha.
I thought this was a pretty good performance here by Ramazan. There has to be a couple of concerns. Obviously, beaten favourite, but I thought was held up down the straighter, as it says in the steward report as well. From barrier 1 here, she'll get a really nice run with a cutaway in the straight as well. I think it's advantage, and I do think that Ramazan will be the one to beat with only 55 kilos.
Yeah, he sort of wobbled around the bend that day at Pinjarra. He straightened up and he wobbled and didn't know what to do, and then he got going a bit too late, I guess. But we've also got Warbo and Grado, who ran here a fortnight ago and ran on into second at really nice odds, Adam.
Yeah, I know you're a big fan of this horse. I question the form lines of this race massively, and I think, again, this horse is going to be caught out in this race. The big positive, though, from what we saw and from what you mentioned from the start before as well, against the Hello Paris, had a really difficult run, but wanted to box on again. Last start probably had its reasons to say enough's enough again, and it was more of a leader's day, but again ran on. So the horse doesn't give in. A massive positive in races like this, where the form lines are a bit tricky as well. Barrier 9 makes it a little bit tough out there as well, but I know you'll have it in your 4.
Absolutely. We've also got number 13, Sharukan Star from the Fred Kersley yard. Was beaten 4.8 lengths behind Kovara last start. Could run on maybe into a place first 4.
William Pike, that's the difference here, and it's as simple as that. So you go through the form lines. I actually don't mind the form lines from last campaign. Beaten 3 lengths by Peggy Sue, which of course went out as a $2 favourite on a Saturday, and beaten by Fermentation. That was when Fermentation really showed up. So I think those form lines are strong enough. Barrier 10, the 55 kilos, has to carry more weight than it has last start. But William Pike, the difference for mine, and I think this horse will improve, and I think she can certainly play a part in the top 4. Taking a look at the selections, I'm going to go with number 2, Ramazan, from number 13, Sharukan Star, number 1, Kalur Bazaar, and 3, Tamiki Bro.
Adam, I've got the 5, Warbo and Grotto on top from 13, Sharukan Star, 1, Kalur Bazaar, and number 3, Tamiki Bro.
Race number 6 is Perth. Race number 10 for our Singapore viewers over the 1,500 metres, and not a lot of depth to this field, but I'm really looking forward to it. We threw Sasso Circus out as one of the best bets last start, and it was a tremendous run, but also like the way that Fabulistic hit the line and gets a nice weight swing on Sasso Circus as well.
There's also Settlers Creek in this race. He's getting out to the right distance, but we'll have a look at that replay of Sasso Circus streaking down the outside, winning last start.
Long overdue. Kick 2 in front at the 250 though from Phantom Choice, Counter Cat, Excuse Me Mac, Grey Enigma, Miss Penelope behind those, held up down the outside. Sasso Circus coming with his run, so's Grey Enigma, Sasso Circus, Fabulistic tightened up late in the race, but Sasso Circus grabbed the lead.
Yeah, well, those 3 runners come from the race that you mentioned, Sasso Circus, Fabulistic, which finished 3rd, and also Settlers Creek, and they all ran to the form that we suggested. We mentioned the run before that Sasso Circus was caught out wide. This time was able to get a nice cover through at 3 wide, but with cover, attacked the line strongly. Mentioned Fabulistic, I think it was Counter Cat, that was one of the horses, had a 5 kilo swing on. The price differential was massive, but was able to attack the line strongly. And as you mentioned from the top, Settlers Creek now gets a distance where it becomes more challenging and does enjoy getting out to a bit of a trip, so the 1,500 metres is ideal. The 2 kilo claim for Settlers Creek, I think, can certainly run a bit of a race. Barrier 3 is a big key for Sasso Circus, should be able to get into a nice spot. And Fabulistic, as I said, that 1.5 kilo swing for 2 lengths to Sasso Circus, another advantage.
Absolutely, Adam. We'll take a look at the selections, I guess. I'll go with, I'm going here with 4 Sasso Circus, from 2 Settlers Creek, 7 Fabulistic, 5 Phantom Choice.
I'm going to be tipping number 4 Sasso Circus on top, from 7 Fabulistic, and number 2 Settlers Creek, and 5 Phantom Choice. Race number 7 is Perth race number 12 for our Singapore viewers over the 1,600 metres, one of the harder races to analyse. Some Wednesday form, some country form, and some Saturday form.
And a big field, which never helps, but I'm sure we'll still try to find the winner. We'll have a look at the last start performance of Moment of Love.
Scarlet Speedster running on down the middle though. Back near the inside, Profound Effect jetting to London, starting to run on. Over on the inside, Gone Diggin', tackled by Scarlet Speedster though when they neared the 100. Gone Diggin', Scarlet Speedster. Moment of Love is starting to run on very strongly late. It's coming at Scarlet Speedster. They went to the line, there was nothing in it.
Still hurts me to watch that replay. Of course, for those box seat followers, we threw Scarlet Speedster as one of the best bets of the day at $8, and had it until that last stride. So I'm trying to look at Moment of Love with neutral eyes, but I'm finding it very difficult. It was a very good performance by this galloper. Neville Parner mentioned that for the 8-year-old, he's had a very good career, and this new rating system has made it harder for them to win races. But I think can win another one here. The barrier 5, 53.5 kilos, and that extra 100 metres does look ideal.
Great to see Jake Casey still on as well, Adam. It's a real positive for the young apprentice. In this race, we've also got Bono Vox, who was okay last start behind Muskets at Dawn. Still needs to improve since coming over from the east.
Those form lines are superior to what this Wednesday field is. You take a look at the runs, 3.5 lengths to Corporate Larrikin, which finished third on Saturday, and 3.5 lengths to Muskets at Dawn. If Muskets at Dawn was in this race, it's a $1.50 favourite. So then you add the 2 kilo claim as well to 56 kilos. It's carrying 1 kilo more than it did against Muskets at Dawn. So for mine, this is the horse that's the one to beat. Barrier 2 should get a really nice run. Has been performing well. It's just been lacking over those final stages, but I think this is the race. If Bono Vox is going to win one in the West, it's this one.
There's also the lightly raced 4-year-old, Adam, Kerala Beck and William Pike's on, and it comes off 2 reasonable trials. That 1450 metre trial, I like seeing horses that just sit at the back and then come on and come home nicely.
Yeah, it's a strength of Adam Durant's, isn't it, to have these horses ready to go on the trials and to step them up over that 1450 and then them come out first up and be fit and ready to go. Kerala Beck's a really nice type. It wants further distance. This horse is looking for that 2,000 metres plus, but again, if this is a Saturday class horse, then this is a type of field that even first up, it should be able to beat over the 1,600 metres. I'm expecting a really good performance with William Pike on board as well. Let's take a look at the selections. I'm going to go with number 3, Bono Vox, from number 6, Slick Talk, and number 7, Kerala Beck, and 10, Moment of Love.
Adam, I've got number 7, Kerala Beck, to put in a nice performance first up from 6, Slick Talker, 10, Moment of Love, 3, Bono Vox.
Race number 8 is Australia, race number 14 for our Singapore viewers over the 2,200 metres, and another distance race, which is a raffle.
Absolutely, Adam. I think there is a couple of standouts in politics, but we'll have a look at the replay of last start, second place getter, Dollar Down.
Saloon Rails run at the top of the straight, where DeMuro was quickly headed by Dollar Down. Dollar Down had gone to the front. Politics is working home very well behind them. Dollar Down is the leader. Politics coming through in the middle. Dollar Down 1.5 lengths. Politics, yes you can. Now Magic Rocket. Dollar Down, Magic Rocket gunning them down late. Magic Rocket.
Good performance by Dollar Down. The question, I guess, hasn't won for 711 days. There's only so many times you can keep putting in good performances, but this horse did only cost the team, I think it was $1,500, Maxine Payne was telling me last start, has now won $76,000. So I think every single one of us would take that, and is in career best form. It's as simple as that. Barrier 1 with the 56 can roll forward. You mentioned Politics in the start. I had that horse on top, and I've got it on top here again, but the disappointment for mine was it loomed as the winner, 150 out, and then just stopped again. Whether it needed the run over the 2,100 metres and improves for that now, we'll wait and see. Barrier 14 is going to have to go back, but I think that'll suit, and I think conditions will suit as well. So I do believe that Politics can run on and beat Dollar Down in this race.
Yeah, if it gets a solidly run race, it can definitely be in the mix. Now, number 11, Proxy, hasn't quite lived up to the hype since coming over east. We keep putting it in our top 4, but it hasn't really lived up.
Well, I don't think they're really sure what to do with this horse. So you've seen it race over the 14, the 16, then go to the 18, then drop back to the 15 and now go out to the 2,200 metres. So I think Alan Matthews and the team are probably as confused as we are, because it has shown signs, the way that he's loomed up at times that you think, oh, this horse is just going to win comfortably, and then he stops. I think this is probably the ideal distance. Barrier 7, Jason Whiting driver, the 55.5 kilos, gets a good opportunity in a reasonable staying race here with some depth as well. We'll take a look at the selections. I'm going to go with number 2, Politics, from number 3, Flying Force, which is definitely the best horse in the field, number 11, Proxy, and 5, Striking Star.
Adam, I've gone the 2, Politics on top as well, from 6, Discoville, 7, Dollar Down, 10, Capo d'Oro.
Race 9 at Ascot is Perth, race number 16. It's over the 1,400 metres, and I think a pretty handy bunch in front of us. We know Cadenza's got some quality. Light Up the Sky, she's been up for a while now, but she is a good type. Stratash is showing some form. Hey Magic attacks the line, and even a horse like Ratana Beach, I guess, has been racing on Saturdays.
Correct, Adam. Ratana Beach is, looks an interesting run of dropping back in grade, but we'll have a look at the last start win of Stratasha when we beat the aforementioned Ramasun.
Ground and West River Ranger is back on the inside last of all. Ramasun's looking for a run in the straight. 250 metres to go. Stratasha has raced up on the outside of Classy Minch. Hodgepodge is trying to work clear. Ramasun got the inside run. Ramasun is after Stratasha. Down the outside, Iron Maggie, Hodgepodge. Stratasha just in front of Ramasun. Iron Maggie, Stratasha.
Really good performance there by Stratasha. He's had so much potential, but just wasn't quite living out. Spoke to one of the owners before this race. They were really confident. They said she's a different mare. She'll come back and win this race. I wasn't so confident, and they were 100% right, winning at $6 and was backed in from 9 as well. Brilliant ride by Jared Noske on the day, it had to be said as well. Barrier 4, the 55 kilos, Paul Harvey to ride. I can see it winning again.
Yeah, Paul Harvey riding this time. Jared Noske was superb on that occasion, though. We've also got number 7, Hey Magic, who needs to find an easier race, but can break through here for a second wind.
Well, the conditions are the big key for this horse. It gets back and it runs on strongly. I don't know what Albie Beckett's done to the stewards. Barrier 12, 9, 14, 10 and 10 has had absolutely no luck. And barriers win your races as well. This horse had it drawn better on some occasions. It probably gets in there. From 10, going to have to go back again, which suits, but with 54.5 kilos, good speed in the race. I can see it attacking the line strongly, and I think she can win.
Adam, number 11, Rotana Beach as well. Drops back to Wednesday grade after racing on Saturdays. Could step up, could win, could just run a nice place, but we'll get a better gauge on it out of this race.
I'm really disappointed with her so far this campaign. And this is a horse that at Belmont last season showed so much. I had it on top, I think, the first race she returned this campaign. Look at the last 2 runs, 11 of 11 and 9 of 11. I know they're against much harder company, beaten 12 lengths by Black Dynamite and 4 by Brisanto, but this horse is much better than that. But as you said, a weaker race, barrier 5, 54 kilos. If she's going to improve and show us that she is that Saturday class and just need a bit of confidence, this is a race that she should be winning. Let's take a look at the selections. I'm going to tip number 7, Hey Magic, from 1, Cadenza, number 3, Light Up the Sky, and 5, Stratasha.
11 on top, Rotana Beach, from 8, Compass Point, 10, Horrible, 2, Fortunate Lassie.
Time now to take a look at our best bets for the box seat, and I'm going to be going with the leading trainer in the state, Adam Durant. Race 1, number 2, Pinzu, and race 6, number 4, Sasso Circus.
Adam, I'm going against you in race 1. I'm going with number 6, Détente, and race 8, number 2, Politics.
Hopefully we found you a couple of winners throughout this program. Make sure you do visit perthracing.com.au and follow us on social media for all the updates. On behalf of Mark and myself, hopefully we found you a couple of winners. We'll be back later on in the week with another edition of the box seat.